Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the top 10 TV shows of 2023. And the reason I've waited almost 3 weeks into 2024 to talk about this is because one of these shows went into 2024. I thought about, should I count it as 2023 or 2024? But I decided to count it with last year because most of the episodes aired last year. So, enough preamble out of the way. Here are my, favorite 10 TV shows. And, that's saying a lot because I watched 16 TV shows this year, like new TV shows that aired. So let's start off with number 10. We have Invincible, which aired on Amazon Prime. This is season 2, part 1. Only contained 4 episodes, but I gotta say, those 4 episodes are pretty good. Um, so Invincible is a animated superhero show um, about this teenage superhero Mark Grayson who has very powerful abilities, and it's about him, for better or for worse, trying to deal with his dad being a very popular, powerful superhero himself, and combines themes of adolescence with the more fun superhero stuff, and it's great. We get these adult themes, and but also we got like gorgeous animation and great characters all around. I don't like to spoil these shows, so I'm going to try to keep these descriptions vague. But yeah, if you like animated shows, definitely watch Invincible. Though it is, like I said, aimed at more mature audiences. Okay, number 9, we have 1923, season 1 of this. So this aired on Paramount Plus, and which means I got it for like 2 months and then canceled it after I finished. So this show is a prequel to Yellowstone, and while Yellowstone has kind of sucked lately, those spin-offs have been pretty good, and I did enjoy season 1 a lot. So this stars Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren, and they're in the 1920s while the Industrial Revolution is happening, and they have a lot of conflicts with people trying to steal their land, like Timothy Dalton. And meanwhile, we have this nice, cool African storyline about his nephew in Africa, and him falling in love with this woman, trying to get home. So we get these, 2 or 3 alternating storylines, and I think it's pretty good. I'm excited for season 2. If you like Yellowstone or 1883, you'd definitely like this. Um, while not as good as 1883, I still found it very enjoyable. Okay, moving on. In number 8th place, we have season 5 of Fargo, which aired on FX, but it's also available on Hulu, I believe. So every season is has a different cast and narrative. It's an anthology series, and this is the why this video has been delayed because most of this show aired in 2023, but a couple of the last episodes aired in 2024. So while season 4 of Fargo, I was extremely disappointed by. I thought season 5 was a huge step up and, brought us to the heights of the original seasons. And this takes place in 2019. It's about a woman trying to escape from her abusive ex-husband. And, we get all sorts of memorable scenes and characters, especially this 500-year-old sin eater who goes through a very complex story arc. So yeah, Fargo season 5 is what you've come to love with the first 3 seasons of Fargo in the movie. Very philosophical themes as well as its unique brand of dark comedy. So I really enjoyed season 5, and so did my kitty here, who's kind of my co-host for this episode. Okay, so in 7th place we have Loki season 2. Now, I've been critical of the direction Marvel's been going lately, spitting out, 10 products a year, which is kind of crazy. But I would say season 2 of Loki was very satisfying. Visually, emotionally, plot-wise, it had it all. Um, I think it improved upon season 1 and made the character of Sylvie much more likable, and gave Tom Hiddleston some good scenes to act with. And I love his relationship with Owen Wilson as Mobius. And while I wasn't a huge fan of He Who Remains or Kang or whatever his name is, um, I did like Kihei Kwan, so he was cool. So, very satisfying end to Loki's character arc. Hopefully, with the way they finished him off in this, he doesn't come back, because I feel like that would kind of dampen his emotional send off. But, if this is the end of Loki, I think that'll be a really great place to stop. So, yeah, that's in seventh place over here. In sixth place, we have season 3 of Demon Slayer. So, this is a Japanese anime. It aired on Crunchyroll and I believe Funimation, though I'm not exactly sure. I thought this was, another great season. Demon Slayer has always been pretty consistent for me. We have great action scenes, beautiful visuals, and likable characters. It's not the deepest thing ever, but I do like how they take the time to flesh out every single character on the show, even the villains, and give them, you know, these unique backstories. And that's no different in season 3. We got the action, we got the characters, got the lighthearted moments mixed with the more dramatic moments. Overall, a very fun show. So number 5, we have Barry season 4. Now this is the final season of Barry, and this is a show about a hitman who becomes an actor. So it's a silly premise, but also filled with dark moments. It's a very dark comedy, and I really enjoyed it. And I think the finale, I have mixed feelings on. It makes sense, I guess, from a thematic standpoint, but I feel like this finale is pretty mixed. I don't know. I'm not really one for online discourse, which is ironic because I'm doing it right now. So I don't know how the fans felt about the finale, but I think it was a fitting end, yet also a frustrating end. So while my feelings are still mixed, the season itself was very good, very intense, very comedic, and I think most of the character arcs were finished in a very satisfying way. It's very hard to end the series, but I think this one did pretty good. Season 4, now I think this is the only new show I have on my list. It's The Last of Us, Season 1. And this is going in fourth place. So this is based on a series of video games which I have never played because I'm not really a gamer. So I can't really speak for its accuracy or comparability to the source material. But I would say, as an outside fan, I really enjoyed season 1 of The Last of Us. Um, Everything seemed very grounded. So for a show about zombies, it does the thing I like, where like the focus isn't really on the zombies. It's focused on humanity's reaction to them, and finding a reason to live in very horrible times. We see these two broken people. This um, man named Joel who's lost his daughter, and this young girl named Ellie who um, doesn't really have a family, and they strike this very unique bond as they go through this road trip of sorts, because they think that she may be the only cure for this zombie outbreak, but at what cost? So it's a very philosophical show, and I don't know, it just shows how human connections could bind us even in the worst of times. So I am very looking forward to season 2, which will probably be airing on HBO in 2025. I'm not exactly sure. But with TV shows like this, I think you should take as much time as you need. I'm never one for like, when's the next season? Because good television takes time. So moving on to number 3, we have probably the Attack on Titan season 4 part 3. The only reason it's not higher is because it was only 2 episodes, and I feel like that's not exactly fair to put this you know 2 episodes in front of everything else. But I feel like it was very great way to end the series. Where the emotional stakes are there, the resolutions to all the characters' arcs are there. Animation is as beautiful as ever. Studio Mappa does not sleep, and I don't know. I just think it's a great way to end the series. It had a very controversial ending, because I know, like, a lot of people hated this ending, but I think the way it ended was good. Without spoiling too much, it kind of shows that humanity makes the same mistakes over and over again. So the future is inevitable. It's kind of a bleak ending, kind of a bittersweet ending for the characters. So yeah, I thought it was brilliant. Moving on to number two, which also made by Mappa. This is Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. So I think it improved upon Season 1 in almost every single way. The the action is uncomparable in terms of animation lately. I think it's great. All the characters very solidly written. Um, there's not a single main character I don't care about at this point. And the twists and turns throughout the storyline come in unexpected directions, but you could kind of see how they built up to that point earlier in the series. So, I'm very looking forward to seeing what happens in season three. Um, you know, I try to avoid manga spoilers, though occasionally I get spoiled. I just try to pretend like I never saw it. So yeah, hopefully season three continues on this excellent storyline we've been going through. It's so hard to talk about this show in particular without spoiling it. Okay, moving on to number one, the greatest show of 2023 in my opinion is Succession. So this is about this family of media moguls. Patriarch Logan Roy is this angry, you know, m- greedy, nasty man who's raised a bunch of nasty children. All of them are very psychologically fucked up in their own special ways. Um, in season four, I think, concludes the series in a very great way. 3 episodes in, something completely unexpected happened, something I wouldn't think would happen until much later in the series. And the rest of the season pretty much takes place within a week, and it shows the downfall, or how the characters deal with this unexpected event. And we get to see the worst of each of their personalities come out between Roman and Shiv and Kendall. All of them have this they have this unraveling of a sort, which ultimately leads to the downfall. Um, except for Connell, he is the only one who made it out okay, because I guess he's at least honest with himself. But very great season. It's funny how three of these entries on this list are final seasons, but like the other final seasons, I think they ended it as good as they could have. It was a brilliant ending. Probably one of my favorite series finales of all time, and the episodes leading up to that, of course. Episode 9 in particular. Episode 3 was great. So yeah, while I think Better Call Saul should have won the Emmy, Succession, I'm not that disappointed by it because it was a great final season. So these are my top 10 TV show lists of 2024. Honorable mention, did not make the list, was Doctor Who, which I thought was pretty good, but not as good as these shows, though it does get the most improved spot. So, while not on the top 10, I gotta say the 2023 episodes were a lot better than the 2022 episodes. So, big improvement there. So, yeah, some other observations I've made when making this list is, we have a lot of good animation this year. 4 out of 10 of these entries are animated shows. And I think this is like a new golden age in terms of what animation could do, especially in Japan. But, Invincible's American too. And yeah, that is pretty much all I have for these top 10 2023 shows. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite shows last year were, and where you would put them in my ranked list. Is there anything I'm missing? Are there any shows I should talk about? Um, hopefully next year has some good shows too. I feel like it's going to be a lot less because of the vital strike, and we're going to see the fallout of that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.